In front of me, I have 5 healthy foods that I never eat as a nutritionist. Hello, my honeys. If you're new to the channel, hey, my name is Emmy. I am a nutritionist, a weight loss specialist, and the creator of Slim. To learn all about Slim and how you can get customized meal plans, workout plans, daily meditations, journal topics, access to me, and more, click the link in the down bar. Starting out with our first product, we have here cooking oil. Now I have to say I'm actually surprised by this one because this is one of the more honest ones that I have found. Usually they'll say on here that there's 0 calories per serving, but let's look at what the serving size is. The serving size on this one is a 1-second spray, and let's be honest, when you're using this, do you spray it for a second? Let me think about the other cooking sprays that I've seen that say they are 0 calories, and then you look at the serving size and it's like 1/32 of a second of a spray. It will say it's 0 calories, but did you know, I mean, let's think about it. Oh, the spray is 0 calories and there's 432 servings per container, whatever it is. Oh, well, if it's 0 calories, then this whole bottle is 0 calories, right? Wrong. I'm really impressed actually that this company was honest, but usually you will see that it says 0 calories on it. So let's see here. There's 132 servings per container in this one container of cooking spray, which would be 132 times 15, which is 132 times 10 is 1320. Divide that by 2, and that is 660 plus 1320. If my calculations are correct, all in my head, this one bottle has nearly 2,000 calories in it. So at least we could get somewhere with this being honest. But with those other cooking sprays that you see that say that they're 0 calories, did you know that by law, they're not obliged to put if there's actually calories in something if it's under 5 calories per serving? So here's what they do. They find the serving size that makes something be 4.5 calories per serving or 4.9 calories per serving. And they say, well, if you spray this for 1/32 of a second, that's only 4.9 calories worth. And if it's under 5 calories, they can legally write that it is 0 calories. So what do? They manipulate the serving size so that it's just under 5 calories per serving, and then what do they write on the bottle? 0 calories per serving. So then people are spraying this like it's going out of style. They're spraying it like they just went to the Mexican restaurant and they're Febrezing the bathroom. They are going buck wild on this, thinking that it's 0 calories, when the reality is that they're probably spraying, they could be spraying hundreds of calories depending on how much they're using. This is just a bottle of oil in spray form. So don't let the serving size, don't let the calories, don't let the nutrition facts manipulate you into thinking that this is just a free-for-all and it's a free food. There are no free rides. The next food that I have on my list here is dried mango. This is the Trader Joe's dried mango, and if you go to Trader Joe's, you'll see that they have 2 types of dried mango and dried fruits in general. They have one with sugar and one without sugar. Regardless of which one you get though, the calories are outrageous. I mean, I know I could down a pack of this, no problem, right? Well, let's look at the nutrition on this. It's 120 calories per serving, and there's 5 servings per container. 5 times 12 is 6, which means that this whole packet is 600 calories. 600 calories. I mean, we could eat this thing no problem. So although it is healthy, you know, dried mango, dried fruit, it's a healthy food, especially if there isn't the sugar added, but it's super calorically dense. So instead of having the dried mango that's had the water removed and now it's super calorically dense, I'm gonna recommend it to you to have the whole mango with the water intact. It's not that dried fruit is bad for you. It's not that sugary foods are bad for you if it's natural sugar, if there's not the added sugar. It's that when we remove the water from something, we increase the caloric density of it tremendously. So while a normal mango is about, I don't know, 300 calories per pound, I would guess that this is around 1,200 calories per pound. So if you ate an entire pound of mangoes, you'd be eating about 300, 400 calories. Whereas if you eat an entire pound of this dried fruit, which really is not going to be that hard, you'd be eating 1,200 calories. Now we're going to keep going with this, but let me shout out one of my clients who has really figured this thing out. Let me shout out my slim client, Crystal. Crystal says, I hit 15 pounds lost in the first month because she's nailed the difference between what is considered a quote unquote healthy food by societal marketing standards and what truly is the best food for weight loss. So Crystal will probably say, you know, I was having the dried fruits, I was having the other foods that I'm going to talk about, but now that I understand the difference between something that is well marketed to look as healthy and what is actually going to be the best choice for me and my weight loss goals, she's 15 pounds down. So if you want to be 15 pounds down in your first month, I'm not promising that, but I'm saying that is something that could be a possibility to happen to Crystal in the Slim program. Click the link in the down bar so that you can join the Slim program. Next up on our list, we have these Kind bars. We have all seen these before, haven't we? They are so beautifully marketed. Let's look at some of the marketing messages on here. Number one ingredient is cashews. It is gluten-free. It says here, ingredients you can see and pronounce. Beautiful marketing. Oh man, marketing up the wazoo here. Low glycemic index, dairy-free, no GMOs, no sugar alcohols, very low sodium, no trans fat, high in fiber. But when we look at the ingredients here, we see that they are adding sugar, they are adding oil, they are adding salt, they are adding soy lecithin, that's actually another word for oil, glucose syrup, more sugar in here. So not only are they adding these things, but also let's look at the calorie density of this. If your goal is weight loss, which I know a lot of people that watch this channel, that is their goal, this could be theoretically a healthy choice, right? Because you can see, you know, it's just a bunch of nuts and some fruit mixed together, but it's super calorically dense. I mean, we could easily down 2 of these, no problem, right? One of these is probably 4 or 5 bites. You down 2 of these, you're looking at almost 400 calories. Now that's in comparison to if you were to eat like 4 apples. Think about how full you would be eating 4 apples. You probably couldn't do it. Whereas you could down 2 of these, no problem. And you'd probably want more because of the added sugar, because of the oil that is added to it. You leave these wanting more food. So I'm gonna pass on these. Although they're beautifully marketed, really having an ingredients list isn't something I'm huge on. Next on the list, we have the vegan chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods. One of the toughest pills to swallow when I was, getting into my health journey and starting to grocery shop for myself is that just because something is from Whole Foods or just because something is from Trader Joe's, just because it's from one of these healthier grocery stores doesn't necessarily mean that it's a healthy choice or that it's good for weight loss. Whole Foods is the love of my life. I'm obsessed with this store. I'm engaged to Whole Foods. However, I am a realist and I do recognize that just because it's from there doesn't mean that it's healthy. This is still a cookie. This is still as many calories as a regular cookie. It's probably the same amount of fat, the same amount of sugar. The only difference is that they're using oil instead of using butter and they're not using eggs. So to be honest with ourselves and not do that bargaining and not make those excuses of, oh, it's vegan or it's gluten-free. Awesome, that's great for people that have allergies or it's good for a special treat on a special day, but by no means is this a healthy food. Number 5 on my list here, something else that is just so beautifully marketed. We have these dark chocolate blueberries. Again, the marketing next level. It says here, no artificial ingredients, no artificial colors. On the front here, we have some gorgeous marketing claims. Made with 64% cacao. Again, no artificial ingredients. On the back here, it says no GMOs. And just something about, Orchard Valley, it just gives you the idea that this is legit. And it actually says here, there's something special about visiting an orchard to pick delicious snacks straight from the trees. But getting to an orchard may not be as easy for you as it is for us. So treat yourself to the next best thing. Nothing artificial, just as Mother Nature intended. Let's see about that. Looking at the ingredients here, we see sugar, confectioner's glazed, chocolate liquor. Okay, sugar is listed 3 times in the ingredients. Looks like there's 18 grams of added sugar here. 1/4 of a cup is 200 calories. So let's see what 200 calories looks like. This tiny little handful is 200 calories. I mean, come on, who's eating just a handful of these? Once again, the marketing is gorgeous, but when we look at the ingredients and we look at how calorically dense these are, they're not gonna be the best choice for you. The better choice is to have the actual blueberries. So don't fall prey to beautiful marketing. Now let me show you something that is beautifully marketed and is actually living up to the marketing. Bam, My B12. My B12 has no artificial ingredients, no GMOs, no gross stuff, no added sugars, no oils, just one active ingredient. Almost all B12s on the market are gonna have added oils or added sugars, unnecessary fillers, a bunch of added ingredients that you don't need. So get this one. I actually need to take mine right now. I'm gonna swallow it dry. Okay, down the hatch. So what can we learn from this? Well, there's a few things that we need to take away from today's video. Number 1, serving sizes can be manipulated. So they can say that they're less calories than they actually are. Not to mention, there's a margin of error that's allowed, about a 20% margin of error. So whatever it says on the calorie count, we have no idea if that's actually truthful or accurate. Number 2, just because it's healthy doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be the best thing for weight loss. The dried mango, for example. Dried fruits are healthy, but they're super calorically dense. Number 3, consider calorie density. This tiny little bar is almost 200 calories. You could eat 2 of these no problem, which is gonna be 400 calories. In comparison to something like 4 apples, which you'd be pretty full from. Number 4, just because it comes from a healthy store doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. The vegan chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods, for example. They're from Whole Foods, they're vegan, but they're still cookies. And number 5, be careful of beautiful marketing. We see this with the dark chocolate blueberries, for example. Beautifully marketed, but super calorically dense, and sugar is added to the ingredients list 3 times. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit subscribe. And if you liked this one, you are going to love the next one that pops up on the screen. I can't wait to see you in the Slim platform. All of the information about that is down below. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video.